Hi everyone! Today, we're going to explore the basics of how AI works, step by step. This channel is about learning how to learn, using AI as your smartest study partner. Today, I'll show you how anyone can learn anything by asking better questions. When you chat with AI, every answer depends on one thing: the question you ask. If the question is vague, the learning stops early. But if you ask precisely and follow up critically, you unlock layers of knowledge, just like a good teacher-student dialogue. That's the heart of the Ask Smart method. The Ask Smart 5-step learning cycle. Step 1. Define what you truly want to know. For example, I want to understand how AI learns from data. Step 2. Structure. Break it into smaller questions. For example, what's data training? What's a neural network? Step 3. Knowledge test. Ask AI to explain, then question it. For example, can you give a real-life example? Step 4. Reflection. Summarize in your own. Step 5. Expansion. Explore further. For example, how could this apply to language learning? That's how we transform curiosity into true understanding. Question 1. What is AI actually doing when it answers a question?
Here is ChatGPT response. When you ask a question, the AI first breaks your words into small pieces called tokens. Then it looks through all the patterns it has learned to guess the most likely next word. It picks one word at a time, then the next, and the next, until a full answer is formed. The result may sound intelligent, but it's still pattern prediction, not human reasoning. AI is simply predicting the most useful answer based on the patterns it learned from massive amounts of data.
Question 2. How does AI learn from data?
Here is ChatGPT response. AI learns by reading massive amounts of text and trying to predict the next word in each sentence. When it guesses wrong, it checks the real answer and slightly adjusts billions of internal settings. This cycle, predict, compare, and improve, repeats trillions of times. Over time, the model becomes very good at recognizing patterns and generating useful responses.
Question 3. What is training data and why does AI need it?
Here is ChatGPT response. Training data is the information AI learns from. Massive amounts of text from books, articles, websites, and conversations. By reading all of this, AI learns the patterns of language and how people express their ideas. AI needs training data because it starts with no knowledge at all. It's a blank model that doesn't understand any words. Training data teaches it how language works. By seeing millions of examples, it learns grammar, logic, style, and common patterns. It also learns how people ask and answer questions, so it can generate useful responses. And the more training data it sees, the better its predictions become. More examples lead to more accurate answers.
Let's follow up on question 3. How does AI choose its response after training?
Here is ChatGPT response. After AI is trained, it chooses its responses by predicting one word at a time based on the patterns it has learned. The model generates the answer itself. It isn't selecting from a list. Then the AI platform applies safety and quality rules to make sure the response is appropriate. So the AI creates the answer, your question shapes the answer, and the platform simply checks that it's safe before you see it.
Here is another follow-up question. Do AI platforms use same filtering guideline?
ChatGPT response. No, AI platforms do not use the same filtering guidelines. Each company creates its own rules for what to allow, what to block, and how strict to be. That's why the same question can get different answers on different platforms.
Here is a challenge question. How do we know if an AI platform's filtering is appropriate?
Here is ChatGPT response. We know a platform's filtering is appropriate when it's transparent about its rules, applies them consistently, allows independent experts to review how its system works, and gives users the ability to compare answers with other platforms. When these checks are in place, filters can't quietly distort information.
Remember, we ask follow-up and challenge questions to dig deeper into the original topic. This helps us understand the knowledge more clearly and at a deeper level. Question 4. What is a model like ChatGPT and how was it trained?
Here is ChatGPT response. ChatGPT is a large language model, an AI that predicts words based on patterns it has learned from massive amounts of text. During training, it reads billions of sentences and keeps trying to guess the next word. When it's wrong, it adjusts itself and improves. Over time, it becomes very good at understanding questions and generating helpful responses. Human trainers also guide the model by giving examples of clearer and safer answers, making the final system more reliable. During training, it reads billions of sentences and keeps trying to guess the next word. When it's wrong, it adjusts itself and improves. Over time, it becomes very good at understanding questions and generating helpful responses. Human trainers also guide the model by giving examples of clearer and safer answers, making the final system more reliable.
Question 5. What is machine learning and how does it work?
Here is ChatGPT response. Machine learning is a way for computers to learn from examples instead of following fixed rules. It works by feeding the model large amounts of data, like text or images. The model studies that data, discovers patterns, and starts making predictions. When it guesses wrong, it adjusts itself and tries again. By repeating this process many times, the model becomes more accurate and learns to handle new questions or tasks.
Here is a follow-up for question 5. Can you give an example of machine learning?
ChatGPT response. A good example of machine learning is an email spam filter. Instead of using fixed rules, the system learns by studying thousands of emails labeled as spam or not spam. It notices patterns, like certain words or links that often appear in spam messages. When a new email arrives, it predicts whether it's spam based on what it has learned, and whenever it makes a mistake, it adjusts itself and gets better over time.
Here is a follow-up question. How does a machine learning model know it made a mistake?
Here is ChatGPT response. A machine learning model knows it made a mistake because during training, it can compare its guess with the correct answer in the data. If the prediction is wrong, a math formula measures the error, and the model adjusts itself to improve. Repeating this process over and over is how it gets better.
Question 6. What is a neural network?
A neural network is a type of AI built from many tiny connected units called neurons. Each neuron does a small calculation and passes the result to the next layer. When you train the network, it keeps adjusting the strengths of these connections until it learns the correct patterns. With thousands or millions of these small adjustments working together, the system can recognize language, images, and many other kinds of information.
Question 6. Follow-up. Can you create a diagram graph showing the layers of neural network and how information flows?
Sure. Here is the diagram of neural network. A neural network takes input data, passes it through layers of connected neurons, and each layer learns deeper patterns. The final layer produces the prediction or answer. With many layers working together, the network can understand language, images, or complex patterns.
Question 7. How does AI decide when a response is finished?
AI answers using 4 main factors. First, your prompt, what you ask and how you ask it. Second, the learned patterns, examples the model saw during training. Third, probability. The model predicts the most likely next token step by step. And fourth, platform rules, safety and quality filters applied after the text is generated. So the final answer is shaped by both the model and the platform working together.
Here is the follow-up question. How does AI decide when to stop word prediction and give the response?
AI stops generating when it predicts a special end-of-answer token, or when it reaches its maximum length. It also stops when the statistical pattern suggests the response is complete. And because AI uses probabilistic sampling, the same question can lead to slightly different answers each time.
Here is what we learned today. AI works by predicting the next word using patterns learned from massive amounts of data. It learns through repetition, predicting, checking mistakes, and adjusting billions of tiny settings until it becomes accurate training data, teaches AI grammar, logic, style, and how people respond. It generates answers word by word, while platform filters keep things safe. Different platforms use different rules, so answers can vary. Machine learning is simply learning patterns from data, and neural networks are brain-inspired systems that adjust their connections to recognize those patterns. Notice how today we asked follow-up questions to go deeper into each topic. This is the key to AI learning. Every follow-up reveals another layer, helps clarify the idea, and strengthens your understanding. Here are some good prompts you can try right now. Ask AI to plan, explain, or summarize what you learned today, and then add your own twist. The more clearly you ask, the better AI can teach you. Remember, good questions lead to smart learning. Here's your daily AI learning challenge. Ask one smart question today, something that matters to you. Apply the answer, test it, and see what happens. One question a day may seem small, but it builds a powerful learning habit. Let's wrap up with what really matters. Learning starts with one good question. AI can guide you, explain, and test you anytime you want. If you ask one smart question each day, you'll keep growing every day. Remember, ask smart, learn smart, live smart. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this lesson, hit subscribe and tap the bell icon so you won't miss the new videos coming soon. More Ask Smart conversations are on the way.